Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. Are you loyal towards your manifestations? In this video, I want to cover this topic. And this is not just going to be a manifestation video. I'm also going to be giving you some relationship advice. And I'm going to be telling you a few things, and yeah, let's get into it. So, what does a healthy relationship require? A healthy relationship requires a few things. First, it requires loyalty. You both have to be loyal to each other. Then it requires communication, healthy communication. Then it requires that when you make some commitments, you stick to it and you make sure that you are not getting complacent. It requires that you consistently work upon it and not just let it go as soon as you see some love from them. And it requires for you to make sure that you take care of your partner and yourself, because if you are taking care of yourself, you are putting your partner in a position to be able to take care of themselves too. And that's how a healthy relationship goes. I already have a video in where I talk about healthy relationships. What does a healthy relationship mean? So I will link it down in the description below. You can check it out. But according to me, even a manifestation, whenever you are manifesting something, that's also a relationship. That's a relationship between you and your subconscious, your higher self, your super conscious, like whatever you want to call it, God, universe, anything that you want to call it. Because everyone calls it something, they just have different names. No one is denying its existence. Everyone knows that it's there. It's just that we don't accept, like we have different names for it. And that is a relationship. Because what the relationship requires of you is that you decide what you want. You make sure that you work on it consistently. You make sure that you don't give it up when things get difficult. You make sure that you stay loyal towards it. You make sure that you don't get complacent, and you make sure that you're consistently making it an effort to get better at it. And this is not just so that that partner can, like, the relationship can be here. This is also more so that it can keep flourishing. And it's your subconscious's job to make sure that it gives you what you want, that you don't have to worry about the how, that it delivers what it has already promised you would happen. Let me tell you how and where it goes wrong with people, and why people sometimes, what I have seen is some bigger issues when they are not loyal towards their manifestations. So this is a very common journey. People start going after what they want. They make many promises. And I have dealt with a lot of clients. By now it's 5100 something. And I would say that I have faced this issue with a few clients. And it's not that they are bad people or anything, or it's not that they don't want what they want. It's just that sometimes people don't understand what it takes to get what they want, because we want something, but we really don't want it enough to change. And that is what Neville Goddard meant by a burning desire, that you really, and this doesn't mean that you have to have a burning desire, a longing, a desperation for that thing. No, it basically means that you need to have a desire in yourself that, hey, I cannot keep living this life that I'm living anymore. I want to change, and I'm going to make sure that I do everything to stick to it. People start their journey, and this must have happened to you too at some point, because it has happened to me. I have done this a lot of times, and that is why I'm here telling you, so that you don't do it, you don't repeat my mistakes, and you don't put yourself in a position to fail like I did. And it happened with the way that I used to start everything, and that is what I see with my clients. I used to take a firm decision on a bad day when things were not going good. I used to stand up and say, tomorrow I will make sure that I will change my life. I used to decide some techniques, some affirmations. I used to do some self-work, some journaling, and all these things. Then I used to start going after, I used to start persisting. I used to work on my self-concept, do all these things. And then after a few days, a bad circumstance used to happen, and I used to just crumble again. I used to tell myself it's not worth it. I'm not going to go after it. Manifestation never works for me. And I was somewhere expecting magical results. Somewhere I did not want to do the work. And I also was very addicted to my identity of someone who was a chaser, identity of someone who was, I don't like to use this word, but I can use it for myself because I know I was there, a loser. I felt like a loser and I was okay with it because to a certain extent that gave me a few benefits. I was a loser, so I could just go and ask people for sympathy. I was a loser, so no one expected me to win. In my mind, I always felt that I can just do whatever I want because no one is anyway expecting me to win. Me losing is the more probable thing. Me winning would be an unexpected thing. And that's why I was not loyal to my manifestations. I kept going forward in a particular direction, and as soon as things got difficult, I just gave up. I was not persisting. I was pretending to persist based on my convenience. I was pretending to persist when things were going good for me, and as soon as things were going a little bit off, I was going back on the same pattern as I was. Till one day I made a decision. I said that okay, this is now I have to do it. And this happens with my clients too, who actually get results. This is how it goes. You decide, tomorrow I'm going to make sure from tomorrow I'm going to be consistent. Start the techniques and everything, but techniques is not the end all be all. Techniques are just a starting point. They are just introducing an idea in your mind that what you want is possible. But then comes the difficult part, the opposite circumstances, the resistance. And this doesn't mean it always will come. It just means that sometimes it does. And usually in the desires that are important to you and are things that you have trauma against, are things that you have wounding against, are things that you have been hurt because of in the past, and are things that somewhere your belief systems don't align to. You will get resistance. But if every time you're going to get resistance, instead of handling it, you're going to let it pass, then you're actually not going to proceed forward to the next level. Resistance is not a bad thing. Resistance is a sign that your mind works. Resistance is a sign of a healthy mind. And I'm not promoting that you should get resistance. I'm saying that you probably will, because you have trauma against that thing. So if it is coming up, that's fine. It's nothing wrong that you're doing that some negative thoughts or some negative feelings are coming up. It's for you to show up in front of them in a different way that matters. What matters isn't that things will always keep going in my direction. What matters is that when I will face a hiccup, a few days where things will not be good, a circumstance which might be difficult, how do I stand up in front of it and how do I respond to it in a way which reinforces my new identity? And this is where people always give up, or they always go back to the same patterns. They start the journey. A few days later, they have a few thoughts. Oh, what if he's dating someone else? Oh, what if he is not going to text me? And then they open and they start stalking. And I'm going to make a separate video on why social media stalking is not correct and why it shouldn't be done. And then they try to justify to themselves why chasing and stalking is okay. Oh, that person chased and he got results. Okay, but do you see them having a consistent and peaceful mind later? No. Is your definition of results just so that you can get some movement and be done with it? Or is your definition of results that you get that relationship, you feel powerful in that relationship, you are able to maintain that relationship in a healthy and sustainable manner because you know who you are and you know how to regulate your emotions and you know how to regulate your resistance. Today I ask you to be loyal towards your manifestations. Loyalty is not always easy. Loyalty doesn't just come because you said so. Loyalty comes when difficulty is there and you face it. Loyalty comes when opposite circumstances are there and you face it, where you learn to deal with your own insecurities because that thing is important. And if every time things are going to get difficult, you're going to chase again, you're going to get into the old patterns again, then it's not worth it. Complacency on working on yourself is not worth it. I'm not saying that you have to consistently work on yourself to get something. No, you can get what you want tomorrow. After this video ends, you can go out and the person that you want can be standing there. And a note outside of it is that if this is not believable to you, then maybe work a little bit more on your self-concept. But the person can be standing outside of your door, just waiting and wishing to be with you. But what will happen after that? Once they come, will you just be able to manage the relationship? No, because you haven't actually healed the parts of you that need that attention from that person to feel okay. Because eventually we will still have to work on ourselves, because manifestation is going to show you who you are, not what you want, who you are. The worst thing that can happen is that you receive your manifestations and they go away again, because then you will feel that all the work that I did was for waste. It was not for waste. That is why working on yourself is important, because I am looking for a lifelong happy, successful relationship, a lifelong happy, successful income, a lifelong happy, successful, peaceful mindset for you, a peaceful self concept for you. And that is what your aim should be. So choose loyalty. Choose loyalty towards your desires. Make sure that you decide that this time when I start, I'm going to be loyal towards my desires. Because if I am looking for my subconscious, God, universe, whatever I call it, to give me what I want, then I will make sure that from my end, I make sure to do everything that is asked of me. And then, of course, you will get results. I intend that you will be loyal towards your manifestations, and I will see you guys in the next video. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one.